Alright, I have got a weird Christmas tradition. I won't get into why, because it is all about me being depressed and vulnerable, but 6 years ago, for Christmas, I bought myself this trade paperback, The Silver Surfman, Rebirth of Thanos. And there is a Silver Surfman there on his silver surfboard, and this is Thanos, and he is all reborn and stuff. And now it's like an annual thing that I do. Every year on Christmas Day, I will read this story. So I thought I would do a video about it. This is a trade paperback collecting Silver Surfman issues 34 to 38, as well as 2 graphic novels called Thanos Quest 1 and Thanos Quest 2. It is written by Jim Starlin and it is drawn by Ron Lee. That is Stanley Lee's little brother. And these are actually Jim Starlin's first issues on Silver Surfman. This is his first one here, Silver Surfman issue 34. And as you can see from the cover, Jim Starlin, he wasted absolutely no time in bringing his pet character, Thanos, straight into the Silver Surfman's book. It would be easy to brush this whole run off as there's been some more of his same old Thanos stories, just with a different title slapped on the top. But I do quite like this first story here. Call him Thanos, call him Death. Didn't call him Death though, because that would make explaining his story really, really hard. He's in love with Death. He's not Death himself. Death is the lassie that he loves. I mean, he does kill things, so he could be seen as the embodiment of death, metaphorically, but he kills things for death, not because he is death. Stupid copy that, it's very confusing. These first few pages though, I'm just going to read out because I honestly think they might be the 2 best pages in Silver Surfman history. He's on his silver surfboard flying through space and we've got all this text here. And it goes, he does not know why he chose to come to this desolate and forbidding planet. The astral skyrider is too tired to care. Perhaps here he will find a retreat from the chaos that has consumed his existence of late. So many problems, so many battles. It has been so trying. Maybe even cosmic heroes need a little time for rest. Maybe even demigods must dream. I don't know if that's meant to be part of the prose or if it's just the title. It's not really clear. But then we turn the page and he's on the planet and it goes, it is a lifeless world without a name, but the weary traveller finds its bleak dunes and barren expanses refreshingly tranquil. A chance to escape from all the troubles that plague him, the doubts that haunt him. Here is a hideaway where a man can sort out the tangled weavings of life and with a little luck get some much needed rest. His exhaustion is so total that it does not occur to him that it has been years since he last slept. And then he goes to sleep. And he starts to have a dream. And the dream's really just a long-winded way for Jim Starlin to bring Thanos back to life. And there's Death there. And notice that she is not Thanos because they're different characters, despite what the cover says. And this story, it's kind of like Thanos' big comeback. He had been dead since the 70s when Jim Starlin killed him off and left Marvel. And this all leads to the crossover Infinity Gauntlet. And we'll get on that a bit more later on when I do the graphic novels. They tie into it a bit more. And look at all them aliens there. That's a lot of aliens. And Jim Starlin, right, for all his problems, he does know a lot of aliens. Like, none of these are like made up aliens, and like Marvel ones, like Kree or Skrull. These are just all aliens that Jim Starlin knows. So we continue on with the dream, and it is full of symbolism and imagery that is meant to warn the Silver Surfman of Thanos' incoming return. And then he wakes up and he turns around and Thanos is alive again. He's also on this floating chair that he's on for most of the story. Then we have got this issue 35, and this one mostly deals with setting Thanos up as one of the Marvel Universe's arch villains again. And this one, it's actually what they were drawn from in the films for Thanos' motivation about population problems. But they missed the point entirely. This is Thanos appealing the Silver Surfer. This isn't his actual motivations or ideas. They're just meant to be words to convince the Silver Surfer of his supposed benevolence. It's called Thanos' Guide to the Galaxy, and he's on the chair, even on the cover. And we pick up where we ended the last issue, and he's on his chair again. Really good art by Ron Lee, Stanley Lee's little brother. He would be, in my opinion, the best artist at drawing Thanos. This is a very psychological and philosophical issue about Thanos trying to manipulate and hoodwink the Silver Surfer. It is good, it's really good. And then there's these cute little aliens, but didn't get too attached because they all die. And the Silver Surfer, he is listening to Thanos and he kind of cottons on that he's not being truthful, that he's a bad guy. So he rebels, he's like, I'm going to fight you, and then he runs off for some reason. And Thanos laughs about that, and it gans, the air trembles with Thanos' guttural laughter, thick with dark delight and contempt. It is a sound much like grinding bones and wailing souls. And this fella here, don't be fooled, it's not eternity, the living embodiment of space and time. It's just a very similarly designed and powered character called Cronus. So Silver Surfer, he goes back to that planet with the cute aliens and he tries to save their lives, but he can't. So then Cronus, because Thanos is back to life, Cronus resurrects Drax the Destructoid. And this is another character, a Jim Starman character, who had been dead for ages and he brought him back here. And this is also when Drax got his big, super strong, dumb brute form, the kind of like the Hulk form. This is the first appearance of that. The next issue, this one is annoying. Special appearances by Adam Watson and Captain Marbles, the real one, Mar-vell. We start off our opening scene. It annoys me. Silver Surfer, he goes to the Avengers to warn them about Thanos. And She-Hulk sees him and thinks he's an intruder, so she attacks him. And then Captain America walks in and he's like, calm down. This is the Silver Surfer. He is our friend. And she's embarrassed by it. And she has met Silver Surfer loads. This is just really bad editing. And it makes She-Hulk's look stupid. Then we get some flashbacks to old stories. This is the original Thanos story by Jim Starman. There he is. There's Drax. There's Captain Marbles, the real one, Mar-vell. There's Shade, the changing man. And there's Isaiah, the High Father of the New Gods. And underneath that, we have got when he got the Cosmic Cube and the Avengers did a fight with him. And we've got loads of them down there. We've got Moon Garden there, the beautiful bald lady. Swordman, Willow, Cold Tiger, Thor, Charlotte Witch, Iron Man, Division, and they were in the one above, so I won't list them. You forgot Captain America though, he was in that story as well. They beat Thanos when Captain Marbles, the real one, Mar-vell, when he smashed the Cosmic Cube. And I bet this is what they do in the films, except with Captain Marbles, the shit one, carrying daggers, cause the future is female. Then we get a flashback to when Thanos died, when he got a big Infinity Gem and the Avengers fought him again. And this time it was Adam Watson who killed him. He came back to he was killed himself and then he came back to life and he turned Thanos to stone. And that's pretty much it for the backstory. The rest of the issue is all about getting Silver Surfer to loosen up. And it's got this really annoying character called the Impossible Man. I mean, it's fine, but he's just a really annoying character. And this seems like a bit of a detour from the main story. So after he fights the Impossible Man, in the end, he throws a pie in the Impossible Man's face, and that proves whatever. Next issue, the Destructoid. And really good cover there of Drax. This one has Silver Surfer. He goes to New Genesis to see the New Gods, and he talks to Isaiah, the High Father, and then Shade, the Changing Man. And what happens is Drax shows up, and they end up fighting. And when Silver Surfman is talking to Isaiah the High Father, Drax is planning to hurt Silver Surfman, but Shade the Changing Man, he tries to warn Silver Surfman. He's like, Surfman, and Silver Surfman's he's annoyed because he's interrupting him, and he's like, yes, what do you want? Oh, nothing. And then Drax just attacks him anyway. I like that. That's a little shows a little bit of character for Shade the Changing Man, and that he's a little shit, isn't he? And they end up fighting. They fight around New Genesis, and then they go into space, and eventually they team up because they both want to stop Thanos. And they go to the Fantastic Force, and then there's some comedy here with Drax watching some telly, and then Silver Surfman, he leaves Drax behind and goes into space. And then we have got the final part of the story, Silver Surfman versus Thanos. And we start off with exactly what I hate about Jim Starman writing Thanos. When Jim Starman was away and Thanos was dead, Roy Sternman introduced this character, Karen Gillan, and she is allegedly Thanos' granddaughter. She's a really good villain, and the Avengers stories with her, they are great. I think Avengers 255 to 261, they are really good, I recommend them. There's another one around the 300s as well, where Spider-Man joins the Avengers. 314 to 318, I want to say. Go check them out as well. But here, he has Thanos show up and completely destroy this character. He denies her claims that she is his granddaughter, and then he burns her alive. Like, Jim Starman, he is really petty when it comes to other people writing what he perceives as his characters, like Thanos or Adam Watson. He just undoes whatever other people do, or just discredits it like this. And if you think this is pretty insulting to the character of Karen Gillan, well, in Infinity Gauntlet, he eventually has Thanos just animate her rotten corpse and torture her. So we build, and then we get to the big fight between Silver Surfman and Thanos. And he's in his chair again, never gets off the blooming thing. And I'm not going to spoil this fight, actually. Then we've got the two graphic novels, Thanos Quest 1, and later on Thanos Quest 2. And some people really, really love these two graphic novels. I think they are alright. They're more of Jim Starman's kind of thing, with Thanos just defeating everyone else. He's the most powerful person in the room. He's the smartest person around. And here it's just really 6 or 7 drawn out fights with cosmic characters. I won't spoil these graphic novels either. I try not to spoil too much in trades. This all leads to the Infinity Gauntlet crossover. This is how Thanos gets the Infinity Gems. And after these graphic novels, there were 12 more issues of Silver Surfman by Jim Starman and Ron Lee. And they all had Thanos in them, and it was all building up to that big crossover story. And then it was the Infinity Gauntlet miniseries. And there he is on the back in his chair again. It's a Christmas tradition for me. I do like the start of this story, and I suppose a lot of the main story. It's not perfect though. The graphic novels at the back I'm not that crazy about, but I think this is a decent trade. It is a good read. I rate it 7 thumbs up.